Cleveland Clinic, Florida provides individualized treatment plans for excellent outcomes of health problems ranging from the most common to the most complex, even in cases considered untreatable by others. Cleveland Clinic, Florida. Every life deserves world-class care.
It's the After the Show podcast, precious.
We don't care, we're about to swear on the air. It's the After the Show, so tune in if you dare. KVJ, get your skate every single day. It's uncensored. We can say what we want to say.
Jaybird trying to make a correlation between millennials and their cavalier dumping patterns.
Oh, come on, man. Don't throw me under the bus. I don't want to get any more emails from millennials because I like millennials. I do. Millennials thinks I'm always talking shit about millennials. I don't mean to. I just notice younger people who go to the bathroom compared to older people here just in the building.
Yeah.
Some of the younger whippersnappers, they don't care who is watching. They just, if they got to go take a dump, they start unbuckling in front of everybody, sit down and let it fly. And I just noticed it's the younger generation that's doing that.
Yeah, really?
Yes, although there is one old cat that does let it fly, and he don't care, and he's super old school.
Well,
so
is it the age or the person? Because, yeah, I'm very much like I would be mortified. Yeah, I was yesterday in a bathroom and somebody just, I mean, it was the ungodly noises coming from that stall.
You would do anything to cover the sounds.
I would have been so mortified. I'd been like, oh, dear, I'm so sorry. Like, I just would have, it would have been the worst moment ever. Yeah.
It's not a millennial. I was just making a joke on these damn millennials, but no, I think it's a person thing because I've seen a couple old dogs here and they are dumping like crazy and don't give a shit.
Yeah.
They literally.
They don't.
Don't give. Yeah, you're right. Some people are that way.
I mean, I understand if you go into the bathroom and you have to do your business and there's people in there, but I mean, they're making a lot of noise.
Oh, I know.
I mean, it's
Mexican Queen's that way. She would just go in, no problem. She would just start dumping it up, and if she's making noise, she would just think it's funny. She'd be like,
Oh my gosh. I'd be mortified. If Panda heard any kind of noises coming out of my butt, I would be mortified.
So if the Queen did that at an area that no one's going to know who she is, and then if she does that in Omaha, I get that. But if she works where people know it's her doing, then you have to go back to your desk.
Yeah.
Would she still be that brazen?
It's weird. I mean, I talked to her even about those kind of like situations, and she seems like, she's like, yeah, I'd be kind of embarrassed, but she kind of recognizes it, but then it doesn't faze her. Like, she doesn't have any problem with it. I think she recognizes why, yeah. I mean, if there's somebody you work with and you're not, like really close, I mean, I'd be embarrassed even doing it in front of, like Jaybird or Denny's. Be like, oh, man, I'm really embarrassed. I'm sorry.
I mean,
but still, but it would be worse if it was somebody that I just kind of somewhat know here in the building about anybody else. Where they're just like, oh, what they wouldn't say? And be like, oh my gosh, they got to be thinking, what the heck, man?
It's way worse if you fart on the opposite gender, too.
Whatever gender you're attracted to.
Whatever you're attracted to. If Kevin likes women, so if you farted on a female coworker, that'd be mortifying.
How about this? Tell me how terrible this is. This is middle school. This is when you first start doing oral presentations. This girl was nervous and her lips quivering and she farted at the podium and everybody heard it. And she never lived that down. I mean, I'm an adult. I'm in my 40s. I'm still talking about it.
On the radio. And her name was?
No, I would never. We can't do that. Sucks.
You do. There's a lot of stuff where those things kind of suck. I mean, you got, kind of looking back on it, it'd be interesting to know, like, what stories have stuck to you that maybe you don't even know.
Oh, about yourself?
Yeah, about stuff. I mean,
I'm sure of it.
Going back through school and college, I just think back to people who, very unflattering story, completely attached themselves. Freshman year, there was a girl that got really hammered and crapped her pants.
Oh.
And
it's tough, man.
Yeah, and
you can't recover. As a freshman, you can't recover.
It went down her leg and got stuck in her shoes. And the next day, her shoe was in the hall. And there was this one guy. He was a real kind of jerky dude.
Like 1980s mean?
He was, He would have been like, And so
her shoe was still in the hall?
Because she'd passed out, and he got the whole story because she was out with his roommate's girlfriend. And of course, she came back, told her boyfriend. Her boyfriend then made the mistake of telling this guy his name was Craig. and he was just like,
Craig loved it.
And Craig was so loud, such an asshole, didn't care. And he was like, he called her shitting boots for like, I mean, he's like, yeah. And he would just say, he's like, Kelly, where's shitting boots at?
Oh.
And that was her thing because she had shit in her boots. They were
That's
in the,
tough.
And they're in the hall. And then, of course, he's telling her, but go look at the boots. They're right there. And sure enough, it had like shit on them, like on the upper part of it. Yeah.
It's heartbreaking.
She was passed out.
It's shit and boots story is heartbreaking.
It was. And I remember years later, I could say that now to any of those guys that we were in the dorm with. I'm like, remember shit? And they'd be like, oh my gosh, yeah.
It's one thing if you're an adult and something embarrassing. I mean, I told you about the one story as an adult talking about a kidney thing, and I snot rocketed in front of everybody, and snot was during an oral
You were
presentation.
giving a speech to a bunch of people that were there for a kidney fundraiser.
Yeah, and but as an adult, I can handle that. Being a kid and doing that's tough, man. It's the end of the world for you.
Yeah.
Poor shitting boots.
Oh,
I know.
That's rough.
And I don't know if she ever really knew how much it was talked about.
hopefully she didn't.
I don't know.
Because ignorance is bliss in that scenario. If she knew everybody was calling her shitting boots.
No, she knew. She knew.
Yeah, I think she did.
oh,
I don't
yeah,
know.
she
The only reason why I think normally that kind of stuff you keep real hush hush and you just laugh about it behind their back. But yeah, this guy Craig was like the kind where
Craig couldn't keep it
well,
under
he's
Craig
one
wraps.
of those
the cock.
Craig, he didn't have that feel like normally you don't want to make somebody feel bad. You want to spare people's feelings. Craig.
Feelings didn't matter to Craig.
No, he would trample on feelings like he did not. Feelings, what? Yeah, he didn't get feelings.
I'm picturing him like pretty much every 80s villain from all the teenage movies.
He
Yeah.
was.
What's his last name?
Dave and Craig. Eesh, I can't. It's not coming to me. His roommate's name was Dave. They're right across the hall.
Describe
from us.
him
He's from
physically.
Cincinnati. Tall, skinny guy. He actually looked a little bit like Chet in Weird Science.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what I have in my head.
Yeah, he was just one of these guys. His whole persona was like that. Like he would just like, and really, in a sense, pretty much everybody hated Craig. But he was 21, and this was our freshman dorm, and we were all like 19. So we'd hang with Craig so he could buy us beer. So, and he had a car. So none of us really had a car. So you had Craig because he could buy beer and drive. And so Craig would be tagging along, and he just, everywhere you'd go, though, he just would say, it was like he just had no filter on anything. He would blurt stuff out. You're like, come on, man.
Some people are like that. It's weird. You think those people don't exist until you actually are face to face with one, them blurting shit right at you. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I've seen it happen at Jaybird a lot. People blurt stuff at Jaybird. I'm like, why would you ever say that?
Well, I'm not even just talking about myself. There are some people that don't understand, or they just say dicky things. I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah, that was just kind of his thing. I think for a while, like, we were amused by it because he was kind of a funny guy. But then after a while, it was just like, he's really kind of a cock, like, and all the time. And then it got to be after a while, I was like, okay,
Fuck Craig.
Yeah. Yeah, it just kind of like always like wore off. Like it was just, his conversations. It was
I love
us
those
pretty much
stories
everything.
though, because I always picture this stuff in my head. I picture Craig kind of like he's got that 80s surf hair. It's blonde to the side, and I could be wrong.
Okay.
I picture him a little bit built. He's skinny 80s built.
Yeah, he wasn't really built. He was like normal. I mean, even then, probably you would call it like dad bod. He wasn't like out of shape, but he wasn't, whatever. And he was a little bit taller. He's about maybe 6 foot. He had just kind of like regular cut hair. And, his whole thing was he was always looking for a good breeder. That was the thing whenever we go out. And he would only date girls that were like tall and had big hips because he only wanted to have a child so it could play sports for him.
Yeah, no, he sounds like a Craig. Doesn't he sound like a Craig?
Craig.
And he would often, like, there would be a girl he'd be hanging with, he'd be going, you look like, he said, you got to be a good breeder. And you'd be like, what are you saying? Stop talking.
Got them childbearing hips.
He wasn't a redneck. He was from Cincinnati, but he was, Craig. That was
Rough
it.
around the edges, Craig was.
Yeah. He just let it fly, man.
I don't think we like Craig.
Yeah, I'm not a fan.
Staying in line.
You gotta have social graces. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. You gotta put it together, and you can't just be, ooh, big dumb Neanderthal going through life saying stuff that you don't care about the ramifications.
Now, the Cox brothers is a different story. I think we are fans of the Cox brothers, right?
Cox,
You better be.
Conleys.
They'll kick your ass.
That's right. The Conleys. So many Logan.
There's.
But this guy was from college. Craig's from college.
Craig was from college.
Yeah.
He was at Ohio University with me. Let me see here. Got anonymous email from the Pizzle. Wants a little bit of feedback. Said, I was hoping to get some feedback from you and maybe listeners about this situation. I'm a bisexual male. And just recently, my girlfriend of about 2 months jokingly asked me if I'd ever had sex with a man. I paused for a second and then told her yes because I didn't want to lie to her. At the time, she said it didn't bother her, but then 2 days later, she broke up with me, saying it goes against her religious upbringing. Should I have told her sooner or never at all? I've only told a few people before and never had anyone reject me for it before. And as always, thanks for all the laughs. It gets me through my pain every time.
Well, look, I mean, she's just not the girl for you. That's all that is.
Yeah.
That's it.
The girl for you is going to accept you for who you are. And if it's in your past, it's in your past. As long as it's not in your present. You can't be cheating on anybody you're with in your present. But, I mean, we all have a past.
And would she broken up with you if you'd had sex with another woman? Or is it just because you'd had sex with a man and she deemed that to be outside?
I mean, Virginia's right. You're just with the wrong person.
Yeah, she's not the right person for you. You need to find somebody that's a little more forward thinking and understanding of, hey,
But, I mean, if you are bisexual and that's what that's how you live your life, I think you should be honest with the person you're going to be with, right?
You should be. And I think you're going to have a little tougher time because a lot of people that are just straight up straight may be unfamiliar and just kind of like, what, huh? So you're going to have to be with somebody who's kind of open-minded and not judgy.
I just think it's better just to be eventually open about who you really are so there's nothing, that happens in the past later on.
Sure.
Because then you get over it. You start to know if that's the right person for you.
Well, maybe find yourself a girl that's bisexual. Mm-hmm. She'll understand.
Yeah.
She's not going to judge you.
Anymore, it seems like you have people that are very open about discussing all that kind of stuff. So probably
For sure.
easier to find. We got, let me see here, an email, an Uber suggestion from Patty. Said, hey, I heard you talking about the Uber that accepted the ride and then didn't move or moved at a snail's pace. I thought a way you could effectively dispute the cancellation fee with Uber. My daughter recently showed me how to do a video recording the screen. I never knew that you could. You'll have to keep your phone on the screen where it tracks the car, but if you swipe up to get your shortcuts and press the button that is shown in red. And unfortunately, this is printed in black and white, so that's not a bit helpful. We'll give a 3-second countdown to start recording and just swipe the shortcut screen back down. You'll see a red bar across the top that shows it's recording your screen. And when you're done, swipe it back up to turn off the recording. Just wanted to pass along, as I know it can be frustrating when they don't show or are just waiting for you to cancel so they can get the $5 fee. Hope that helps.
It does help. In fact, that was kind of a bit of a turn to a crusade. People started emailing me. It's happened to a lot of people where they've been fucked over by the Lyft and Uber drivers. If you notice that your driver's not moving after a good 7 or 8 minutes, you need to cancel that ride and you need to try to get your money back. That's how they're screwing you.
How they get me is it's $5 and I don't have time to go in there and do the whole thing where I complain.
Yeah, I'm not going to complain either.
You have to go and write a whole thing, and usually it's in the moment and I'm very flustered and I'm trying to get a new Uber because I'm going to be late now.
Lucky for me, it doesn't happen that often, but it does happen. It's happening a lot more where they are doing that $5 scam. And if you do that 4 times an hour, you're making $20 doing nothing.
Sitting there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's quite the scam, actually.
Yeah, it is a scam.
And it seems like it's happening more frequently.
It is. Well, every Johnny Come Lately now is out there.
And it just takes a little while before the shady people figure out how to work around the system.
Of course, I mean, you're always going to, no matter what industry, whatever thing you're into, I think me and you were talking about that. If there's any kind of competition or money involved, someone's always going to try to find a way to expose it and, cheat. Always.
Yeah.
That's the way life goes, unfortunately. Jaybird had a very interesting dream. Another one here. Breaking it all down.
This is a weird dream.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you are
Me?
You're in my dream.
Again? You're always dreaming about me.
I am hooking you up with Paul Stanley from Kiss, and you are digging his shit. And you guys hit it off, and it's Paul Stanley with the makeup on, okay?
He's got the makeup on?
The entire time he's got the makeup on. Twist ending. Guess who's really behind in the makeup? It's not Paul Stanley.
Is it Panda?
It's Kevin Ralston.
Plot twist.
And you are in it with him, and you
Wow.
guys are having an affair.
Look
He's
at
Paul
this.
Stanley.
Wow.
And then
Scandalous.
Lick it up.
the dream ends. I turn into a bird and I fly away. What does that mean? Let's peel that one back.
Are you doing hallucinogenics?
Absolutely not.
That is kind of weird.
Did
isn't
I've
it?
always
Denny's
had
lace the 420 pot?
I've always had dreams like this. So a couple things. I've been going to bed to Paul Stanley's audiobook.
Yeah.
So Kiss has been on the brain a
Oh,
lot.
yeah. Jaybird is going down a deep
If you
hole
would
of
have told
Kiss.
me a year ago that you'd be so in it with Kiss, I would have called you a liar.
It's not the music.
He might know more about Kiss now than I do.
I know.
I think I might.
Yeah.
I want to do. We should do a Kiss.
We
Kiss
should
off.
do a Kiss trivia,
I
yeah.
think I might know more
Kiss
than.
off.
I think I might know more
When
than
I was in
Kev.
high school, I used to study it. Like, I would know pretty much everything about him.
I like more of the drama than the music. I don't like a lot of their music. I've tried. I like a little bit. There's a few songs I'm like, this is a jam. Like, good, awesome song. There's a lot of shit from Kiss, in my opinion.
It's kind of weird. You and I like them for completely opposite reasons. Like, I loved the whole stage act that they had and their music up to a certain point, and then I got really disenfranchised with it when I just kept hearing them in interviews. I'm like, these guys are a bunch of tools.
They are
Right.
tools. I think I'm fascinated by
And
how
so
big
he
the
likes them
Tools-
for that reason. I kind of am over Kiss for the same reason that Jaybird loves them.
Well, they had a run where they turned into hair band in the mid '80s, and Paul Stanley started doing all of those, like David Lee Roth kicks, and really, doing like the cheesy. I mean, it is fascinating to
Yeah.
watch. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
biggest part of the band was probably their cheesy hairband stuff.
Yeah.
Arguably. Well, big part of
I don't
it.
want to get into a Kiss debate with you.
Yeah, you're right.
But what does that dream mean? I always analyze your dreams. Why do I turn
Jeez.
into a bird? Why are you banging Kevin?
I think you dream too about the people around you and close to you. I know I dream about you guys a lot. I mean, I don't dream about banging Kevin as much as you do.
I don't dream about banging Kevin.
You never banged me in your dream?
No, I have
You dream about me banging Kevin.
banged Virginia. But I've talked about that already. Or it was weird. It was a weird dream.
My gosh, we're a lot of inner show banging going on here.
I had a dream we all got fired, and I was dreaming about you guys just last night.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
Yeah.
Not again.
I think I had a sex dream about producer Heather. I think that just happens sometimes.
Okay, yeah.
Who knows why we dream?
I think you dream stuff that like you're exposed to.
Yeah, and there's
So I
a-
think if you're around
Yeah.
somebody a lot, like chances are they're gonna work their way into your dream.
And I think they say if you're dreaming about either sex, that means something's going on in your life. If you are dreaming about being pregnant, that's something that's going on in your life. But is that just coincidence? Does every dream mean something? I don't know if it does.
I don't know either.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you're asking the age-old questions.
I'd like to hear more about Kevin's dreams.
I've been trying to remember them a little bit more, but yeah, whatever I had going on last night, I really don't remember. So I really need to legitimately, I talked about that dream journal, and really the only way to do it is you got to get the pen and paper, but it is difficult because for two reasons. One, I now try not to turn on my phone because I don't want that light blasting me in the eye because then it wakes you up. And then to write anything down, what are you going to do? Write in the dark? How are you going to write down your dream?
But you're right. If you don't write it down right away, it escapes your brain. I mean, seconds after.
Right.
I wonder why that is.
You know what I do sometimes? I will keep thinking about it. And even when I get up and start going to the bathroom, I'll like keep playing it out in my head. Like, oh, how was that going to end? And I'll keep thinking about all the things that happen. And like, that's kind of how I remember the dreams. I keep thinking about it. Like in our dream, we got fired. And then in our dream, we all moved to New York City. And then we were doing like these radio promotions with Chili's, the restaurant.
Ooh, I like Chili's.
And we would go into radio stations with Chili's. We were like the Chili's radio people. It was very weird.
I'd rather work at Chili's. That's depressing. Hey guys, we're doing our Chili's act. No, I just let me work at Chili's.
But before I woke up, Leo was in our dream too, and he hired us back.
Okay.
So we got our jobs back.
Well, thank you, Leo.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks, Leo.
That's very nice of him to do that.
I
didn't bang him either.
I have the kind of dreams where if I dream about it on a Wednesday, on Saturday night I can pick right back up, and it's almost like a Netflix episode.
That's kind of cool.
That's very
cool. It can continue, and in my dream, I know it's continuing. I'm like, okay, I know that building. I know what's going on. The police are after me. The police are always after me in my dreams.
Do you feel, because when I wake up from a good dream, and I have a lot of good dreams, do you feel like, oh man, that was so great, I don't want to get up because I was enjoying it, like the best episode of the best TV show ever?
Very rarely, but yes, when I actually have a dream that's good and pleasant, and I wake up, and it seems like it's always an outside force that wakes me, and I'm pissed.
Me too.
Yes, I don't have good dreams often, but when I do get mad when they don't continue.
I find that if I'm really tired, I have better dreams. If I'm really tired and then I give myself a nice long stretch to sleep.
Yeah, the whole night's rich in dreams.
Yes, I
Yeah.
have the best, most colorful, fun, adventurous dreams.
Right. But I can't do that picking up. That would be kind of cool. And I know a lot of times
Yeah.
like something will happen, like, I'll be like riding along with Elon Musk and his Tesla, and I'd be like, this is so cool. And then I wake up and then I go back to sleep and want to get back to that moment. And, now all of a sudden I'm with his brother Leon Musk and we're listening to Tesla. And it's like, it's not at all like what the dream was.
And it's weird too when you're in a dream and it's turning crazy. Like I'm talking to Virginia, but she also is a banana. But in my dream, it makes complete sense and it's not odd. No, she's a fucking half banana, half woman.
Why not, man? Dreams are crazy.
You don't have any sex dreams ever?
I don't have sex anywhere.
You would think you would have them in your dreams at least. You don't wake up with a little bone piece?
I don't know. I'll start doing a boner log for you.
You should.
Yeah, I'll have to start documenting that.
Video blog?
Yeah.
We need a vlog.
Here you go, Bird. Here's my boner du jour.
I thought it was common to dream about sex. I didn't think I was in the rarity for that. But you guys...
You dream about it more than we do.
No.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, I think you do. I dream about just like stuff, like normal stuff, like I'm going on adventures or I'm doing something or I can't find something. Like there's like always like a mission in my dreams.
Yeah.
It's like an adventure. I really do enjoy some of my dreams.
So you got some boring ass dreams. I don't know. I got fucking, there's this triumph and there's running and there's
you got porn
murder.
going on, yeah.
You're getting fucked or somebody's getting fucked. It's always.
Oh, because I told 2 stories. I'm gonna stop opening up. Walls Pennington's coming back.
Oh, don't be that.
I'm just kidding.
Did you see on TMZ? Britney got a day pass yesterday. They let her out of the mental health facility.
Okay.
She looks a mess. Look at that. Oh my gosh.
Well, of course they're gonna get the one shot where she looks completely disheveled.
Yeah.
I mean, she just looks like she is dead behind the eyes.
Really?
Whoa. Yeah, you got to go check out the pictures on TMZ of Britney.
Okay.
Kev's not gonna go.
I just saw it come up. Like, I was looking all day to see, like, what's the hottest thing, and that's definitely huge.
Really? Britney getting out of the mental thing on a date? What's she doing?
I think she went to the hotel for an Easter meal with her boyfriend.
Okay.
Did you just fucking hijack the podcast with the dirt of the day? You
did.
She really did.
You just vicious.
I just saw it on TMZ. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Britney got out.
You're gonna stand for this. You're gonna allow this to
I know,
happen.
yeah.
You just completely.
I'm sorry. This just in. It's breaking news. I'm sorry, Kevin.
Yeah, if you're,
there it is.
I don't know. I mean, it just got like a weird angle of her head, right?
That's what I mean. You know, these paparazzis are. They're going to try to get the picture where your neck is hanging down.
Yeah.
I don't know. She looks dead behind the eyes to me.
Okay, well.
Something ain't right.
New hit song by Britney Spears, Dead Behind You.
That's such a depressing statement, by the way. What's wrong with you?
See if we can make that peppy. This is an interesting article about why time seems to pass faster as you age. Now, apparently what it is, it has to deal with the stimuli, processing, sensing, things like that done with the brain. When you're young and experiencing lots of new things, you're like, okay, wow, you're like taking it all in. So it seems like time is passing by more slowly. As you're drinking in, saying, wow, this is a new experience. This is crazy. As you get older, you repeat a lot of experiences. You know, you don't do as many things like, wow, I've never done this before. A lot of stuff you have. So as you get older, production of mental images slows, giving you the sense that time is passing more rapidly, it says.
So is it a true science? It's like a science thing with your body that it happens then?
It's a perception. I mean, I've heard that from, older people. And, the one joke is that I always hear them say is like, life's like a roll of toilet paper. The further you get along, the faster it goes.
Oh, I never heard that.
You haven't?
No, have you heard that?
I have heard that. And it's scary because
Yeah.
the end of the toilet paper goes fast.
And that's kind of what they're saying. They're saying, perceptually, it's like, your first 20 years seems like it goes by in 40. And then your next 40 seems like it goes by in 2. You're just like, whoa, where did the time go?
Even things that I hate doing are going by fast, which that is
Right,
scary.
yeah. Sure, yeah. So that's kind of what it is. It's just that you had so many new experiences, now you don't, which might be a lesson that, hey, if you want to make life stick a little bit more, then maybe always keep trying to do new things that you've never done before. And then that might just be like, wow, now you feel like I'm getting the most out of life.
New adventures.
Yes.
New things, new people.
Well, just something that moves your soul. Whatever that, it's going to be different for everybody. But yeah, definitely chase that feeling. Unless it's, heroin or something.
Yeah, that actually will speed up your
Yeah,
life.
do not do that. You know what I mean.
My dad freaked me out on the phone yesterday because I was talking to him, and he is going to be 70. I hadn't thought about that because we were talking about just like he was feeling sick a few months ago, and he's like, yeah, time's just flying by. I'm going to be 70 in November. I was like, what? My dad's going to be 70?
Yeah.
Yeah, don't go down that rabbit hole though. Try to look at
Time is flying.
it does, but try to look from an optimistic point of view. Just say, all right, let me spend some time with my dad. Let me make some more. These are the memories you're going to remember big time. And if you don't make them, you're going to remember that too.
Yeah.
You're right.
And if you need to pick up your mental state, listen to Britney's new hit, Dead Behind the Eyes.
Yeah. By the way, this podcast.
Are you purposely trying to
really take
everything
a
we're doing?
shit.
Virginia's like always at every turn. How can I let's go back to depressing. How can I? My dad is 70. Before you know it, he's going to be dead, and right now he's dead behind the eyes.
Yeah. I mean,
what do we want to go to now?
hey,
Virginia?
happy Monday, everybody. Go out and get them.
Then I try to return to something normal, have a nice conversation, and Virginia finds a way. Nah.
No.
And then my dad is.
I'm over here trying to spin it, but take fucking life, make it optimistic.
No.
Oh my gosh.
We're all just
Like anything I give her, she's like,
knocking on death's door.
let me drive it down to Depression Town.
Yeah, you must have said dead behind the eyes 4 times. We get it. Life is dark, baby. We get it.
And my dad,
Yeah, I know.
70.
70.
The average life expectancy is 74.
I couldn't believe it.
I mean, he's right there.
None of us get out alive, Kev.
Not saying he's knocking on heaven's door, but he's standing there.
We're all gonna fucking die.
Good heavens. That's a fun little game. Let me come up with something and see if Virginia can make it sad.
You do make shit sad a lot. You're an optimistic person, but you can turn into Debbie Downer real quick.
Yeah.
It's Monday, too.
Yeah, that's
On
why
a Friday, I don't make stuff sad.
That's why our job is to uplift the people on Monday.
Yeah.
This ain't therapy with Virginia.
Hey, Virginia, cute puppies, go. Oh, did you see that video at Coachella?
Did you see the story about the lady that threw away the puppies in the dumpster?
Yeah, we
Okay,
saw
yeah.
that. Come on, man. So fucking thing heartbreaking.
They're okay. The puppies are okay.
This is like a superpower she has.
Yeah.
I can take anything and make it depressing.
You're right.
Ready and go. You guys have too much fun. over
By
here.
the way, thank you for throwing in the towel on that because she started to get me. I'm like, yeah, you're right. You're right. Life is fucking short. Think Kevin Rawson just saved the podcast.
I don't know how much more I got though, man.
Sorry.
What's up? That's all right. Okay.
I'll try to put on a smile tomorrow.
Come on, paint that smile on like we all do.
Paint it on. That's right. Yeah, it's been interesting. I'll just give you one quick little out here on the Game of Thrones. And people were debating last night's episode, a big debate. Some people loved it. Some people not impressed. But I think overall, the way that they're selling it is, even if you haven't watched it yet, this isn't necessarily a spoiler, but it is like, okay, it's, the setting up before the big. Yeah, apparently, and the episodes start getting really long starting next week. So,
So I might actually I like a little foreplay before the
some
big
people
old.
are liking it. Yeah. And as I do look at, I mean, I was even telling Jaybird, there was a moment last night with one of the characters where I was like, I even had that thought. I'm like, they do a much better job in Game of Thrones of, even with how many characters they have, of getting you emotionally invested in these people. And I always tell him that's where Star Wars, after the original trilogy, missed out. Like, I didn't care about any Star Wars character after the original trilogy. Like, you just were not emotionally invested in them.
Do not get me started on a Star Wars.
Right.
I don't think Virginia wants to hear it.
But that happened
But let me
last
tell
night.
you something about.
Yeah. And so, but I think with Game of Thrones, anytime they get you emotionally invested in somebody, it means they're about to kill them. So
Okay.
that'd be my guess.
Such is life, my friend.
So we'll see.
That's how they bring it around depressing.
Yeah.
You get excited about the person. You're in the
you fall in love with them.
storyline.
Yeah, you fall in love with them. You're just like, oh my gosh, they're the best. I love them so much. And you're like, oh no. Yeah, that's how they do it.
Come on, Virginia, make some sad shit.
I mean, if you'd like me to, I can make Star Wars depressing.
Oh, you don't need to. They've done a great job doing that on their own.
Yeah, I gotta stop Virginia before she gets back on a roll.
Yeah,
again.
you're right.
Yeah. All right, y'all. Enjoy your Monday. We'll talk to you later. Goodbye.
Cleveland Clinic, Florida provides individualized treatment plans for excellent outcomes of health problems, ranging from the most common to the most complex, even in cases considered untreatable by others. Cleveland Clinic, Florida. Every life deserves world-class care.